Have you heard of visa 491? It is a temporary resident visa that has a pathway to permanent residence. This is one of the visa that you can stay in your home country or wherever you are outside of Australia and shoot your shot and you are in as a temporary resident, and it has a pathway to permanent residence. Okay, so if you have occupation that is in the federal occupation list, all you need to do is to find another state or territory that has your occupation in their list, nominate them, and they will invite you for you to apply for this visa, and you are in Australia. Okay, this visa will never get you stranded because it has a pathway to permanent resident. Okay, it is your ticket to being Aussie. And another special thing about this visa is that you do not need a job. Most states will tell you that they need you to be in their state or you live offshore for you to apply, and now you are offshore. This is your ticket. Another good thing about this visa is because it's a temporary resident visa, somehow it is easier and quicker to get than visa 190. I know most of you know about visa 190 here. I've said a lot about it, but I'm telling you that visa 491 is quicker most time to get than visa 190. You know why? When something is a permanent resident, I'm sure you know they'll be so critical, but when it comes to temporary resident, somehow easier. Is a simple logic. Okay, so if this sounds like something you want to hear, please sit back and let's dig in. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Jane Kenny's Creation, where we keep it real, like authentic real. My name is Jane and I live in Australia. All right, thank you my wonderful subscribers. You guys rock. Okay, thank you. And if you are new in this channel, please do subscribe to my channel and become a member of this beautiful family where we keep it real, authentic. Go and verify. So today is about visa 491. What is holding you from coming to Australia? What is still holding you from shooting your shot? What is holding you from making an attempt? Okay, today I want to tell you that there is a visa again which is called 491 that you can be anywhere and shoot. What is the process for this visa? First of all, you must find out that your occupation is in the skilled migration list. Okay, federal occupation list. I've shared this list every time in this channel. Now I have shared it so many times, you should know. I will leave it again in the description section of this video. Okay, so once you find it, find a state that has your occupation in their list. I'm going to show you so many states now that run this visa. Okay, it is applicable to so many states in Australia and territory, so I will put you through how you can do it. Okay, you know how I do it here. I show you how to do it step by step process, so you'll be able to shoot your shot on your own. Do it yourself. Okay, all right, let's go. Visa 491 is skilled work regional visa. This visa is a temporary visa that will allow you to live in Australia for 5 years, like 5 good years. But you know, one good thing about this visa is that it has a pathway to permanent residence. Okay, for example, if you have visa 491 and live in Australia for 3 years in a particular region, a particular state or territory, just after 3 years, you'll be qualified to apply for a permanent resident visa 191. Like I told you, it has a pathway to permanent resident. This visa can never make you stranded. You can never get stranded on this visa. Now let's look at the requirements as in eligibility and the application process. Okay, so we are looking at skilled work regional provisional visa. Men applicant, that's the one you'll be looking at. Okay, what is the overview of this visa? This visa allows you to stay in Australia for 5 years, live and work and also study if you want to in a designated regional area of Australia. That is the state that sponsors you. You need to live in that state, okay, or the territory. Okay, You can travel in and out of Australia while on this visa. And after 3 years, you apply for permanent residence, okay? Eligibility for this visa, you must be invited to apply, okay? So you must express your interest EOI in skill select. I will leave a link again. So when you express your interest via skill select, you need to choose a state or territory, okay? And another requirement is that you must be nominated or sponsored, okay? So it means that when they invite you, the state or territory that invites you are going to sponsor you. Does it make sense? Yeah. So when they invite you to apply for the visa, after you have expressed your interest, they will nominate you, like saying, okay, we want you in our state or territory, or you will be sponsored. Okay, let's talk about the sponsorship. Sponsorship has to do with a family member. This is a tricky one, okay? In this visa, a family member can sponsor you, but this is tricky. I can't count how many people have gone through this successfully. So you see the type of family member that can sponsor you, but they have to live in a designated regional area. So if they don't live in this regional area, they can't sponsor you. And the tricky part about family sponsorship is that the person must go through the same process, and then it will still be sitting on family sponsorship. So what people say is that if you can go through all the process, do your skill assessment and everything, then why are you sitting on family sponsorship? Because states can easily nominate you. So why do you want to sit there for eternity waiting for a family member to sponsor you? Okay. Now the age is that you must be between the age of 18 and 45. Okay. And you must do a suitable skill assessment. I have said this skill assessment. This is the only way Australian government will know, or will know that you are what you said you are, that you are qualified for the skill you are claiming. Okay. Also, this visa is point tested. Okay. I will drop a link on how to calculate your point. You must have at least 65 points for you to be nominated. Depending on the occupation, they can take more than 65, but 65 is the minimum points you can have for this visa, and most of skilled visa for Australia. Okay, English level, yes, for this visa, general English 6, you are good to go. However, your skill assessment authority might need academics. So in order for you not to write to English, it's better you find out what your skill assessment is requesting for, so you can as well use it for your visa application. Okay, so you meet their skill requirements. As long as you have done your skill assessment and you have positive skill assessment, you are good to go. Then meet our health requirements and so on. Character, you're not a criminal. And if you have used borrowed money from Australian government for anything, you must have paid it back, and not have had a visa cancelled in the past. So you haven't had any of your Australian visa cancelled in the past. You know what that means? Yeah. Now let's look at the federal skill occupation list. We've seen this list for 1,000 times now, but it's okay. So confirm it that you still have your skill there. And also I will be dropping links for states, or rather also I will show you how to check your point. I will drop a link for checking point, skill select, where you express your expression of interest and so on. Okay, so this still remain the federal occupation list. Once your occupation is here, you are good to go. Find out any state that still has your occupation. Okay, once you meet all the requirements, you can express your interest and a state will nominate you. For checking your points, please stop paying people online for these things. There are links for you to check your point. Those people are telling you to do skill assessment online. It is not the real one. They're telling you the same thing I'm telling you here. They will just collect your information, tell you you are qualified. Please stop wasting your money for these things. They are free here for you to check, okay? Skill assessment is done by assessing authority, not those online bloggers or whatever they are, okay? So this is how to check your point. I will drop a link. You select whichever option is applicable to you at the end of it and find out what did you get, okay? If you get 65 plus, then you know you are good to go, okay? Yeah, just for you to do a self check. All right, let's go on. Okay, so let's see what point did I get. Okay, so this is how your point check would look like. Okay, here, what did I get? 65. All right, depending on what you choose. So with 65, I'm good to go. Okay, so it depends on options you choose. I was just choosing whatever I like there. So your education has a point, your job experience overseas has a point, your level of English has a point, your age as well. So that's how they calculate it. But once you get 65 and above, you are good to go for this visa. You can express your interest. Okay, so the recap of the process is this: find your occupation in the list, check states that has your occupation in the list. Stick to this channel, you will know more. You will know more, I promise you, okay, on this. Then check your point, check what you got, and once you have up to 65 and above, then you can do your expression of interest. Remember, skill assessment is sure. You can never run away from skill assessment. I keep saying it. I'm not going to lie to you. You know how it is. We keep it real here. If you want to japa, if you want to migrate to Australia, you're gonna be ready, okay? And English is must for this as well. You know how it is? Okay, so that is it. When you have everything, express your interest, a state will nominate you and you are good to go. They will invite you first and they will nominate you for the visa and you are good to go. And next thing you know it, you are in Aussie chilling, okay? All right, so that is it about visa 491. It is easier and it comes out quicker than 190. Now you know how to apply for visa 491. That visa you can get without having a job in Australia. My question is this: why not try? Okay, that brings us to the end of this video. Please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, do subscribe and put on notification button so that when I load my banger video, you'll be first to watch. Okay, see you in my next video. Bye.